Hadara.
Hadara.
I switched it at the last second.
Yes, you did.
I had it right.
You said it correctly so many times in a row.
Well,
until that time.
we're assuming it's Hadara. It
Right.
could be Hadara. We don't know.
Whatever. So this is a civilization building game. It's very much a point salad game, and I love it. So let's dig on
Now
it.
you just kind of ruined the whole ending.
Yeah, nobody needs to watch the video now.
Yeah, great.
Thanks.
I know. So quality of pieces. You have some standard cardboard tiles, some standard a player board that's cardboard, again standard. Your player board are cardboard pieces.
Yeah, and it didn't sit real smooth on the table. We got like the puzzle that puts it
But
together.
these are
It's
linen finish, which I like.
Yeah, these
It's
are.
a little bit of texture to the card.
Yeah, they do have a nice texture.
Yeah. So I think card quality is actually pretty good, which this is one of the major components of the game is the card quality.
I think you'll still need to sleeve them though, because even though they're linen finish, I could see them falling apart if you play this a lot.
Yeah. And I feel like we're going to be playing
Probably
this a
gonna
lot.
happen.
And your coins are standard cardboard coins. However, they do look pretty cool. At least they're a little bit different than what you would standard get. They are in a different shape than just basic circles, so that's something to be said. Overall quality of pieces, guys, I feel like this is probably a 7. There's nothing outstanding, but I think it's all pretty good. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking more of a 6. I don't think
agree.
there's anything. I mean, the cards are nice, but with the pieces bowing on the puzzle in the middle.
I didn't think about that.
The cardboard is just typical cardboard, and your shapes aren't real pronounced about any of these.
Right. It's not. It's just a little bit more special than Catan, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's 6.
All right.
What about Heather? Did she get an opinion?
I don't really care about the quality of the pieces unless they're really bad, and then I care a whole lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm that. So yeah, whatever y'all say for that one, sure. I have more to say about something else.
All right.
Jumping into
Robert?
theme.
More about Robert, or was it about the game?
I could always rag on Robert. So easy to do.
So, coming back to the theme, you're building a civilization through building different cards as you pick them throughout the different turns, and they basically have different technologies or income up here at the top of the card, and you build that.
It's 100% pasted on.
Yeah.
This literally could be anything about anybody.
They took the different colors and assigned them to basically a nationality or basically
an ethnic group.
Group. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, there's absolutely no reason this is the theme for this
There
game.
is no theme to this.
But honestly, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Now, I will say the art's fine,
Yeah,
and
the art's
I
fine.
love.
the art's great. Really.
I love the color palette. I love the brilliant colors. So on that part of
In other
it,
words, it has purple.
well, yeah,
There's
no,
more than one purple. It's not that simple, Brandy.
no,
It is with
It
mine.
never is.
I like the brightness. I like.
It is a very vibrant colors.
I feel like.
But it doesn't. That doesn't push theme. It's just aesthetics for sure.
Well,
yeah,
that's
that's
where
part
we've been
of the
putting
theme.
theme. That's where we've been putting theme.
If the art pushes a theme,
Yeah.
so like if it was about Vikings and all the artwork had great Viking artwork,
But there are
then
Vikings in here.
thematically it pushes it.
But there are
But the artwork doesn't push the theme. Whatever.
But then the overall.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful, okay?
Well, the artwork, there's so much going on, but I think the artwork's good. But it is very sporadic.
Right.
As far as but again, it's building civilization. So they took a bunch of different pieces of different civilizations and made cards about them.
Mm-hmm.
Theme, it's not very strong. It's really not. I'm gonna give it probably 6.5 just because I love the color and I love the visual play, even though that has nothing to do with the theme.
Now I am going to go a little bit higher. I was because
Oh, there's no theme to this. I'm giving it a 9.
no, I'm not going into that high. As I said, the artwork is great. It just doesn't push like a theme as far as mechanics. So I always talk about does the mechanics push the theme? It doesn't. So I'm not going to give it a 9. I'm not going to give it an 8. But I think the artwork is done really well. So I think it's better than Catan.
Yeah.
It's significantly better than Catan.
Oh yeah. Catan
So
is
that's why
definitely-
I'm going to give it a 7.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So
What do you
I'm
guys
just,
think about
I'm just
theme?
wondering why it's always theme that comes to this. I mean, it's always the theme for every game that we get into these debates.
I'm gonna blaspheme here for just a second. When we play Lords of Waterdeep, I don't have any idea what anything is. It's all about. I need some oranges and some purples.
Yeah.
I don't know what's piety. I don't know what's wizardry. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just color. And this, I hate to say it, this is the same. Even though I love the theme and I didn't even look at anything except the color until y'all started talking about it. I was like, oh, this is all about war, which I should have known already because I did all the things, but.
And it's red.
And well, it wasn't until I saw this person that I realized that red was for battle.
I thought it was like color based, but actually there's that a Native American there, right?
So
I
I
they
thought.
don't really have them broken out by color because they got swordsmen.
Yeah,
and
the ethnic groups are not
they're not
connected
by
to the
color.
color.
They're just because I didn't pay attention
The
to the pictures
color
at
is-
all. I could care less. It was,
See?
I need red, I need purple, I need blue. It's same
Yeah.
same as you.
Lords of Waterdeep, which
Exactly.
is a fun game and we play it a lot, but it's
Yeah, the art didn't matter to me. It could have been a completely red card. That's all I cared about.
so,
You know, I'm just sad. You know, for the
7.
record, me loving purple very, very, very much. I only ended up getting 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. That's because Heather was hogging them all.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
who won the game?
All right, Randy, what are you gonna?
I'm kind of on the same wavelength as Heather. I don't feel like this is thematically a very strong game. I do like the colors; they're bright, and from that standpoint, I'm going to give it higher than Catan because of the brightness of the colors. Because Catan is about as drab of a game as you could get as far as color scheme. I'm going to
The
go.
old version. Reminder, guys.
Yes,
has
I have
like
the ancient because I
first-
have the one that's almost as old as I am. So
Caveat: color scheme got a little bit better
yeah,
in
probably
future generations, but his original is very drab's a good word.
So we don't talk about artwork separate from theme?
No,
No.
it's all one category. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 6. I just don't see it as being a very strong thematic game. But again,
That's
it
a
doesn't
shame,
matter.
because the artwork is beautiful.
Yeah.
But you didn't notice it, neither did I.
No.
I was just
I need
so
a purple. I
gung-ho.
need a green.
I'm looking at the icons and the color. It's like, oh, that's a purple card, which is, I guess, that would be one detriment to the game is that color blindness is another potential issue
Yeah,
with this.
there's
No, they don't because
They have
the
the
cards.
icons of the cards
No,
somewhere.
so they
These
got
icons
this
have
is a
different
gear.
shapes.
Oh, they do have the shapes at the bottom.
They have the circle.
Okay.
So
All right.
they do fix
Never
that.
mind.
So and even
Oh
on
my
the
God,
back.
Randy's wrong. I'm writing that down.
Yeah. This would be like what the second time in all of our recordings.
Put it on the calendar.
A little more than that. Okay. He's wrong every time he disagrees with me. So, so going on to rulebook.
The rules were pretty easy. I mean, it's not a real complex game once you get down to the actual
That's one
actions.
reason why I like the game.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
color coded. They separated all the different sections so you could tell
And
what went together, and it matched the icons as far as the red section is. It's orange, but it's close. They had yellow and blue and green all broken out, so you know which corresponded. That was really nice.
And then the
Um,
cheat sheet.
The cheat sheet
Is-
was great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
This is all you need to play the game, really.
It
If you
truly
Really,
is.
truly is.
The only time we needed the rule book was
to
for
know
the
the purple
cards
cards.
that have the special
Yeah.
abilities, and
That
that's
was-
all on the
yeah.
back.
So
How many times
as far
I
as
usually say, give me
rules
the
go,
book, and I didn't once tonight.
No,
as far as rules go, because of this cheat sheet alone, I'm all for a 9 because
Oh, yeah.
this is the one
I-
sheet I needed and I had it.
I almost want to give it a 10 just because the cheat sheet is so great for this
It
game.
really
I mean,
is.
It's so simple.
yeah,
That's the best
it's
part.
not big. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It captures everything you need on it. I honestly don't know why they had to put this little thing on the back. It's kind of almost you could just fit that somewhere on the front.
Yeah,
It's-
they really could.
that's just the distribution of the values, the cost of the cards.
Right.
I mean, you could have put that on the front somewhere and managed to keep this on a one page. I didn't even notice it was back there until after the game was over. I was like,
Oh, that would have been helpful.
But yeah, I mean, it has everything you need on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you have one person that reads the rules, that's all you need. And then once you got the rules down, you'll never probably need that other than the purple cards, which are on the back.
Right.
That's a really big deal when someone like me comes over to play because you guys play a whole lot more than I do.
Oh, okay.
You guys play a whole lot more than
Uh-huh.
I do. You have more experience than I do. I ask what I feel like are dumb questions almost every single time we play.
Repeatedly.
I do, and part of it's because you're talking so long at the beginning. I check out. I'm like, Okay, I
We,
heard.
we all do. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, but-
Nobody pays attention to me except for Robert, and he falls asleep.
But I didn't have to do that tonight. Maybe I had to ask about the purple cards. I didn't have to ask, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where as many times as I normally do. I did some.
I say
but-
qualify it, yeah.
but it wasn't to the point where I felt like I was being a bother to anybody.
No, this is a super easy game to pick up, but it is.
So I give that a 10.
Yeah.
Oh no, you were a bother.
I do that to you on purpose because you're a turd.
All right. So moving on to gameplay.
Well, you've already kind of blown your hand on this one.
Well,
I
we
know.
know you like it.
I love it.
She has no poker face whatsoever.
None. So here's the thing about this. So basically, you have in the center, you have the different colors, and you have so many cards depending on the number of players. And then you draw two, pick one, discard one, and you can either purchase the other card that you drew, or you can opt to sell the card, and you get the money on the back of the card. And so if you spend all your money and you can't buy anything, it's actually great because you might be able to buy something the next round.
It's not a wasted turn.
Yes, it's not wasted. So that's a huge benefit. It doesn't feel like you're stalling out, which I greatly appreciate. And then, so you do that round, but then and then you get your income and your colony based on the things that you've purchased and where your tracks are. And then going into phase B, whatever was discarded, they're all facing up top, and then you take turns of picking on the top of the deck. And you get to purchase those cards or, again, sell the card.
But in between phase A and phase B, you get income based upon your tracks. So
That's what I said.
Oh, you already talked about each one?
I didn't
Yellow
try-
being coin. Red is military, where you can attack these colony card tiles, and then you get to choose to either basically take the conqueror for the money or pay the cost to flip it, and then you get whatever's on the back, which you don't know what's going to be there, but it's always good. And then the blue lets you build statues, which give you bonuses of either moving up chart or victory points at the end, and
Or
victory
both.
points. Yeah. And then the second round after the phase B, you have to pay for the cards you've got in food. You don't actually spend it, but you have to be at a level to support the cards you have, or you lose your cards.
Did
And then
anybody
lose
end up losing any
the
cards?
tracks.
No, we all spend everything.
How if you lost a card, you lost the benefit
Yes,
of it
yes.
and the V.
Then the victory
And the
points.
victory
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, basically
Right.
the card goes away. That person died. It was a horrible, painful death.
Well,
They
not
went
to go
hungry.
into detail.
Hungry.
Yeah. How do you know they died? It could have been a mercy kill.
Yeah, I thought you didn't like thieves.
It was starvation, my friends. Starvation. That you didn't have enough food.
Maybe the others ate him.
You're adding theme to the game.
Well, that now it can increase my theme score.
By a little.
So again, then you go. So after you take your income, you do your phase B, which, like I said, you're taking the ones on the top, and you all take turns. And then after that, you get another income phase, which you go through all the tracks.
You
And
do
there's
that-
3 eras.
Yeah, you do that 3 times.
Yeah,
Epics.
yeah, you do it 3 times. Guys, I don't know how you can make this game better. This was absolutely a blast of a game. I really enjoyed it. It fills a niche. It fills a need. I had so much fun.
It's easy to learn. It's easy to teach.
Very clear gameplay.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I think that if this wasn't a learning game, it would have been a lot quicker.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
this would be a fast
We
game.
would have had a chance to play another game tonight if we'd all known how to play it already.
Although every round we somehow mysteriously lost a card. I still don't know how that happened.
I blame that on Heather. So
So
Maybe that's why I won.
maybe.
give it a score, guys.
I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I think it's fairly quick. It's easy to learn. This, as we play more and more games, I'm feeling more and more comfortable with this type of game at this level. It's harder for me to do well at the more heavier strategic games. I still like playing, but this is really hits a sweet spot for me. And so I'm going to give it a 9. It's really, really good.
It does hit a sweet spot. Like
It does.
it's complicated enough, but like you can chit chat and do
Mhm.
stuff like this, and you're not waiting on anybody.
Right, but some of the time
we still wait.
not a whole lot,
Not
but
a
you
lot.
don't have to wait until she's completely done before you take your turn.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the things you didn't talk about in gameplay was that
But that for the first round.
I'm taking off of this color and he's taking this color and it goes around
Yeah.
and
I thought that was a neat
I didn't
mechanic.
have to wait for you to get yours before I took
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
So it really, phase A, you didn't have to wait on.
Yeah, phase B, you definitely have to wait.
Phase B,
A,
you had to wait.
don't.
But what I thought
That's
was
a good
good because
mixture.
in phase B you had a little bit of time to strategize
Right.
about doing some
No, yeah,
counting
I
and making
agree.
sure you were avoid. So, guys, I'm giving this a 10. I think this is perfect for what it is. It is not a heavy strategy game,
Right.
but there's still plenty of it there, and I could see the replayability on this.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
And-
top notch.
and
This is great.
There were a few expansion cards that Randy put in
Accidentally, yes.
accidentally, but it didn't complicate the game
No,
at all.
no, they really didn't need to be. I mean, I guess they're a little more difficult. So if you are a new person playing
Advanced
games,
scoring, I think, is all it really
yeah,
was.
it didn't really complicate things, but I can see why they would make them. If you were new to gaming, it
Yeah.
would be a little more complex for you. But for people like us that played lots of games, there was no reason. I wouldn't have even noticed they were
Right.
expansion cards or
It
bonus.
feels a lot like
cards.
Great Western Trail. Just
What-
because of what's.
and the fact that it comes in a box and it's a game.
It's got colors.
Yeah, it does have. It
You
has.
guys don't like Great Western
No,
Trail?
no, no,
it's a
no.
great game.
It has
Hey,
nothing
hey,
to do with Great Western
We
Trail.
haven't reviewed that one yet. We cannot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
We
Well,
cannot
I'm
share
talking, okay,
feelings.
the reason that I feel like it feels like Great Western Trail is because of what's going on here.
Your tracks.
because it's a
You have
game.
tracks. Okay, you know what? Thank you for your input. So you gave it a 10 and you gave it a 10.
I give it a 9.
I'm giving it a
Nine.
10
You give it a
because
10.
I don't know how you can make this any better than what it is. With what they've got here,
I'm
can't
giving.
even-
I'm going to give it a little less because I think there is one way they could have made it a little better, and it caused us. I think where our
board.
problems were. I think there needed to be a true, clear cell pile somewhere, and I think we got. I think the discards and the cells got mixed up, and that's
Right.
how we ended up one card short for the first 2 rounds.
And there's only 3 rounds total.
Yeah, that was the only grievance I had with this game at all. Was
Yeah.
when you're trying to put them down, somehow we got those cards mixed up, and we remedied that the final round by everybody counting a pile and making sure there were 5 cards still in it.
I maybe it didn't say it in the rule book, but really, if we sell it, since it's out of the game permanently, we should just put them back in the box.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
we
don't
need to
worry
set them
about it.
somewhere, but we put them close to the
Yeah.
piles, and I think that's how we ended up mixing them in.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to give it a 9.5 because I would have probably given it a perfect 10 if not for that complication we ran into, and it was probably self-inflicted.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I agree. But yeah.
I'll give it a 9.875.
Is that a low or a high 9.875?
That's a high 9.875.
But
Okay.
why? What's your
I
overall
just-
opinion?
I love civilization building games. I
Like
love.
Great Western Trail.
Shut up. Like Seven Wonders Duel or.
Would you
Well,
like
you
a
really-
fork?
You really threw me off there, buddy.
Sorry.
No, you're not. You really messed me up. It's a high 9.875.
Uh-huh.
Just because
Is that a song?
the what?
Sorry.
The
You're distracting.
0.125 was for the theme not being so obvious. I mean, there's only one paragraph of story in here.
Yeah, that's.
I like more story.
I
and-
mean,
and there
there's-
just
That seems
wasn't-
to be a common theme with a lot of the games we played where they didn't feel very thematic. There's like one little paragraph, and it's like that's your story for this game.
Well, I love introducing Azul to my friends because I'm like, you're building a store. Did you ever hear of the Moors? Do you know about Alhambra? Blah blah blah. Let me tell you about it. We're gonna do it here. And once you've said that, it doesn't really change what you're doing in the game at all. But I just love telling the story and showing off that I know history. And I see so many things in history in here that I know about history. But it
But
just
why?
didn't. But it just didn't help me any. Like, I didn't even notice this stuff. Here you got.
Well, it's not cohesive either. I mean, I think it would have been better if they actually had one color represent each type era.
Well, you had to
Yeah.
choose. You had to choose.
But it semes like it just crosses over, and I don't
That
see
would
how
have
it
made it
ties
more
to the
complicated.
functionality.
We
of it,
like
but-
complicated, but
Yeah, but that would have been cool, like Era 1 and then maybe like Stone Age and Era 2.
well, and you have that when you
Middle
play
Ages.
Seven Wonders Duel.
Right.
It's like,
Well,
Let's make
You can
bricks.
see the progression.
Let's do
through
something with
time.
the bricks.
Well, I think
Let's do
they
a guild.
did.
there is a little bit of progression
Is
because
there?
you have cannons in 3.
Yeah, because you got Greece, but then you've
But we
got.
didn't see that until we talked about it at the end.
That's true.
It's not.
Let me
real
see. I want to see.
evident.
I didn't have a whole lot of yellow. So what?
Well,
what
but
did
then, but like this is probably the same time. This is
And
like
you have
Cotton War,
chariots
and
in
this is-
one, but it's like it's just a hodgepodge of different.
Yeah.
If they had
Oh,
shown
but then,
one
like-
culture that grew in the same each
And you
suit.
got hippies in it.
Well, but then at the same time, they're trying to, the red is attack, so you got to do attack. I get what they. I don't know. Well, if that's
But
the only
still.
complaint, it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
that.
I mean,
that-
across the board, it's 9s and 10s here. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
and
debating, like minutia.
Splitting hairs.
But at the end of the game, is the game fun? It's
Yes.
a blast,
Yes.
and that's
Would
what
you-
really
yeah.
matters.
Would you play it again?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No.
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 I'm
I
on
need
You
to
gotta
go to
drive an hour and a half to
bed.
get home.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
And thank you, Heather.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
Thank you
We
for
missed
coming.
you.
I know.
You did?
Yeah, I've had to no one to pick on except for Robert,
Well,
and,
that gets old.
and if I try picking on her, I get in trouble. So
You can pick on me anytime that I come and show up. I
Yeah.
don't think you should go out of your way to pick on me when I'm not here.
we'll send you texts.
We had absolutely fun. If you
Yes.
hadn't tell, this game's absolutely fantastic. I do think you should definitely check it out to see if this game's for you. It's definitely for us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We'd love to hang out with you guys again.
I know we forget a lot, but statistics. So if you're interested in getting this game because we like it so much and you think you might like it, on Board Game Geek you got a 7.5, which I thought would get a little bit.
Yeah, that's
better
actually
score.
low.
Right, yeah.
So it's not
7.5
It's
out
not
of
a
10?
bad score, but
No.
7.5 is not. It's not a bad score, but it's kind of a little bit above average.
Weird.
The designer is Benjamin Schwer, I think is how you pronounce it. Artist is Dominic Mayer and Andreas Resch. MSRP is $49.99. It's a little expensive, I think, for what we get in the game.
Yeah, I mean, component wise, but from a gameplay, I mean,
It's worth every buck
Yeah.
as far as fun factor goes.
Yeah, but that might be actually a stopping point, I guess, why some people haven't kind of entered into this
It's
game.
possible. So when you see a $50 game, you might be expecting a little bit more.
I picked this up at Gen Con, so I really, honestly,
Did you pick it up that long ago?
yeah, I
It's
don't.
from 2019.
Yeah, that was the last Gen Con, and I don't recall the price of this because I was on a spending spree.
Right.
It was a
What?
complete
I don't
manic
remember. Was it a
spending.
It
hot
took
game?
3 cars to get his stuff home that year, remember?
It's
And my
now.
car had some, and your car had some, and your car had some. Somebody borrowed a van from somewhere. I'm not exaggerating.
We do take a caravan up.
And it's full of his games, okay? I even had to give away games so we would have enough room to
You're
come
supposed
back.
to say that out loud in front of Randy.
It was games that I didn't want to take home.
Well, there you go. So,
Yeah.
that's the statistics for the game. So hopefully you liked our review.
Yeah, hopefully you guys did. We hope to see you guys again.
Bye.
Bye.